Time is running out to succeed on social media. I've made over $600,000 online from social media in different categories of business. This is e-commerce, this is affiliate, this is info product, service-based business, simply doing videography for videography and running social media for local businesses, running ads for local businesses. I've done all this stuff, and of course I'm going to get into what you can do, how you can capitalize on this as a young man, finding success with it, like what you can actually do. But first, like a little bit of background of why time is running out is because these big companies are finally actually waking up to the possibilities of social media, because they were still in the like spend money on creatives, create $1 million commercial and then spend millions of dollars to run it. Like they were still in that mindset, and that is slowly coming out of it. And now what you're gonna have is you're gonna have all of this money. You're gonna have so much advertising money going into these platforms, and it has been slowly transferring, but it's gonna be even worse and even more, and it's going to make it harder and harder and harder for you to succeed on social media with a business, with building a personal brand, with whatever that is, because there's going to be so much more so they have all of this money that's going to be going in there. You're going to lose out on the ability, because they're going to spend all that money in doing two things. Number one, they're going to spend it to create a ton of creatives and a ton of content for their company, for their personal brand representatives of the company, product creatives. They're going to spend all this money creating more content, so that's going to just fill the pool with more content, which means your stuff is going to have less eyeballs. And then number two, they're going to spend money on advertising, whether that's taking creatives organically, showing what works, and then once they get proof of concept of what works, there's like a big storm coming. I'm keeping an eye on it because it's gonna dump. Taking creatives, finding out what works, and then they're gonna put money behind it, and then to push it out even further once there's proof of concept that it worked organically. So there's going to be ad money going into it. There's going to be more ads on the platform, more paid content. There's also going to be more content in general. There's also AI creators, influencers, UGC. There's user generated content that is AI, and it costs money to do that. So you have all these massive companies with all of this ability to just swamp you out in regards to ads, in regards to creatives, in regards to just all of that, and they can make you irrelevant pretty quickly. So the time for social media is running out. And also, as you may have heard, we're not really in social media anymore since TikTok kind of came out and popularized interest media. If you go on TikTok and you interact with a few videos, let's say what's something I don't interact with content. Let's say I get some left-wing ideology content, and someone's talking about abortion and how it's a good thing, and I start interacting with that content. Once again, I would never do that, but let's say I start doing that. Guess what? My whole feed is going to start to be full of that, because it's interest media. Even though I didn't follow those people, that's what's going to happen. So there's interest media is been the last few years. And now you have these companies starting to seriously pay attention to it because of the ability for one person to go and create a multi-million-dollar business. I'm one person. I've done tons of different things online, and I've made over $600,000, obviously in total gross revenue, not profits, but in the last 5 years from being able to learn how to use social media. And there's just so much going on with it that you have to figure out what it is that you want to do utilizing this, and just start getting that content, start getting those things out there. So if you don't know what to do, I'd recommend just starting a personal brand. Just start filming things. Start with short form. Obviously YouTube is going to be longer form. It's going to be harder to do. Like I said, I've been doing it for years, so it's not too hard for me to just have a topic, have 4 bullet points right here on my computer and just roll off the tongue, because I have a lot of expertise and knowledge in that. So if you're just starting out, like, just start a personal brand and just start talking about things you're interested in. Your interests are going to change over time. And that's okay, because people don't really need to follow you for that anymore, but start documenting the things you're doing. Start doing all, you get that. I don't need to harp on that. Also, I hope if you're watching this video that you're not in that place, that you're someone who has already started and who is already dedicating. Now, there's a couple things that I want to talk about future-wise here, like what you can specifically do. So if you haven't really started, start with that, do that, just find stuff you're interested in, get proof of concept, and just roll with it. Then figure out how you can turn it into a product, a service. Figure out how you can make money from it later. Don't worry about that right now. Right now, what you need to focus on is getting that out there, getting your digital, for lack of a better term, digital real estate established. Now, there's so many things here, right? So TikTok Shop, social commerce is like future. That is going to be huge. If you haven't heard it, probably Gary Vee is probably the biggest proponent of it. But in the last, I think it's like 5-6 years, social commerce, buying off of social media platforms, has become, it was like 25% or like a third of all e-commerce in China. It was massive, right? And so because of everything of TikTok being, China, and now US is buying it, and we don't have to get into that, but that is coming to the US. It's already here. So I got experience on TikTok Shop as an affiliate I did that for like 6-7 months, and now I've started my own brand, my own holistic supplement brand on TikTok Shop, and so I'm getting that launched right now. I have hundreds of creatives going out for me every single month, from dozen creators, and they are making content for me. They are establishing my brand. I think that is the best opportunity right now to get started in making money right away using social media. Is you can do the seller, but if you don't have experience with that, I would start out as an affiliate and get that going, so you can learn, how to make content, how to sell, how to just all of the skills that entails. I think that's probably the best option right now. But if you look at this, I mean, clipping is at an all-time high, right? People are streaming, people are live streaming, and then people are clipping it and then posting it up, and then they're having affiliate links or getting notoriety back to that person, to that streamer, and these streamers are becoming like way famous than any celebrities, actresses, movie stars have ever been. So you got to think about that. Clipping is at an all-time high. Consumption of social media is at an all-time high. These big companies are starting to take interest in this, and that's closing the window, making it harder and harder every single day that you wait. It's making it harder and harder and harder to go, and to get started, and to get traction, and to get momentum, and to get motion. So you really need to take advantage of this opportunity that there is right now and get started. So if this does nothing else for you, I hope that this is the jump start, the kickstart to get you going, because time is running out. We'll see you on the next one.